Well, I do want to welcome everybody here to this long overdue event to have the town of Holbrook's flag represented here in the Great Hall at our State House. So it's very exciting. I'm so happy that everybody's here. We have all of the members of the Holbrook Board of Selectmen. We have our legislative delegation. We have the South School Civics Club, led by Ms. Mary Clawher, and we have others. We have Elaine Highland, and we have Edna Bowers from the Holbrook Historical Society. But I'd like to start off with the South School Civics Club leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if everybody could please stand. Thanks, guys. And next, I'd like to ask Elaine Highland, who works here at the State House for the Minority Leader Representative Poirier, but we're very fortunate that Elaine happens to live in Holbrook, and she was critical. She led this effort to have this flag be raised here at this time in our State House. So, Elaine, would you please come up and say a few words?
Thank you, Tim. I would like to welcome everyone. This is a great turnout. I actually thought we were only going to have about 20 people, so this is fantastic. Thank you all for being here. It is a great day for Holbrook, and I wanted to point out, in case people aren't aware, that all of these flags, they're all hung by the year that the city or town was incorporated. So all the lower level is all like this one here, where it says Barnstable, is 1639. So it starts on the lower level and then it goes up. Now Holbrook, if you look way up at the top and it's down towards the end, there's an empty pole up there. So this is called the East Wall. So every town or city, they have their own spot for their flag. So Holbrook is going to be way up at the top. And they'll hang that probably in, the next, few weeks. They have some other flags to put up, as you can see by the empty poles. So there'll be a few other towns, but it's filling in, quite well. And there's a lot of people to thank, and I would like to start by thanking my friends, Marion and Tom Raposa of Holbrook, because they came up here quite some time ago and they were looking for the Holbrook flag. When they questioned it, I said, I don't know, so I went to the Bureau of State Office Buildings, Ayanna Clark, thank you very much, and we discovered there wasn't one here. So their inquiry was the inspiration for this event. So I would also like to thank Tim Gordon and Marjorie Godfrey, because they were instrumental in assisting me on the Holbrook end, and of course the Board of Selectmen, and Ben Ecord, and Noreen Jordan, and Eddie O'Brien. He was the interim town administrator for a period of time. And I'd also like to thank the staff up here, Ellen Fleming with Senator Keenan's office, and Jane Lynch from Rep. Mariano's office, and Ryan Sterling from Rep. Kuzak's office. And again, Ayanna Clark, the Bureau of State Office Buildings, for all her involvement and all my phone calls and emails and everything else back and forth to make all this happen. So I wanted to thank everyone for sharing in this wondrous day and special event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elaine. So I know if I ask the kids here, what are some of the reasons why we're so lucky and fortunate to live in Holbrook, we could go on, and you'd give me many, many examples. But I'm gonna give you another couple of reasons why we're extremely fortunate. The town of Holbrook has an outstanding legislative delegation. In this case, the gentlemen who have been elected to represent us here at the State House have done an outstanding job and represent us extremely well. And I'd like to ask Senator Keenan, State Rep Majority Leader Ron Mariano, and State Rep Mark Cusick to please come up And I'd also would ask that Chairman of the Holbrook Board of Selectmen, Matt Moore, if you wouldn't mind escorting Miss Edna Bowers up here with the Holbrook flag and to present that to our legislative delegation. Right here, if you want, just right behind you.
We'll all take it.
We'll all take it.
It's heavy. It's heavy. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Can we get a picture? Edna, would you just stand next to them? I don't want you to trip. Maybe we can get a picture right here.
Let's slide this way, guys. Let's slide this way so she's in the picture and not behind the podium.
Yeah, put the
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah, you hold it.
You hold it.
And I'm going to let go of your hand.
I'll get behind you.
You hold the flag.
Thank you. Thoroughly is yet to be determined. We can't lose that.
No.
I don't think it's enough.
Okay, thank you so much, Edna. Edna has been such a valuable member of the town of Holbrook for so many years and has done so much for the Historical Society and the Historical Commission and for the town of Holbrook. So can we give one more round of applause for Edna Bowers? All right, next I'd like to ask our State Senator John Keenan to say a few words.
Thank you, Tim. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the State House. It's great to have you here again. It's great to have the students here, as always. They do just an incredible job. And I think there's a couple Holbrook students here. There's one here, and there's the other one there, right? By the last name of Holbrook. They came in a couple of weeks ago, and I have to tell you, they wowed the State House. They came in to testify on a bill that they had filed for World Peace Day that we were happy to file with them. They testified before the committee. They did an incredible job, and the bill was reported out favorably and is making its way through the legislative process. So we want to thank the students for that work. Great job. You know, Tim had mentioned about us representing Holbrook. We're very fortunate to represent a town such as Holbrook. The spirit there, the enthusiasm, it's really quite remarkable. And to see it here today and to know that the flag will take its rightful place in this great hall is really a special moment for all of us, and I want to thank you for allowing us that honor. I do have here a Senate citation, excuse me, and I'll just read it very quickly. It's be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to the town of Holbrook, to all of you, in recognition of the historic occasion to dedicate and incorporate the town of Holbrook's flag into the Great Hall of Flags in the Massachusetts State House. Be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends best wishes for continued success as a town, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate, attested to, and a copy hereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. It's signed by Senate President Stan Rosenberg, Clerk of the Senate William Welch, myself, John Keenan, and dated this 4th day of May 2016. So thank you very much for the honor of representing you, for the privilege of representing you, for the great excitement of being here today. And please, and I know you will, come on back. We'd love to have you here. Thank you. I guess I would present this to the chair, and I also want to thank the board. We deal with a lot of boards. I've got 5 communities that I represent, and I'm very fortunate to have 5 great communities, and Holbrook is right there. They do phenomenal work on behalf of the town officials. They're just so easy to work with, and they're so eager to push the agenda forward for the great town of Holbrook, and it makes our job so much easier. So thank you.
Next, I'd like to ask State Representative Ron Mariano to say a few words.
Thanks, Tim. Welcome. Welcome to the Massachusetts State House. For those of you who haven't been here before, this is your house. I am the state rep, and I've been the state rep probably the longest, I am the longest serving state legislator in this delegation. I am the dean. I remember when I picked up Holbrook in redistricting, I didn't know how to get there. I had to do 2 trial runs before I was sure I could get to the town hall. But I have met some of the greatest people in my lifetime in Holbrook. Some of the warmest, the most welcoming, the kindest, the most helpful people I have met as a state representative. And you, as their children, have a lot to live up to. But it's good to see you here. It's good to see you participating in this event because it is important. Even though you're only a baby at, I think, 36 years old, I think we just had that celebration. We celebrate it once every 4 years, being a leap year town. But it is a warm a warm feeling I have whenever I have to deal with Holbrook. It has been very, very good to me. I feel extremely welcome. And so again, I welcome you to the State House. I hope you enjoy your time here. I hope this is a significant event for you folks. When you kids are in here as adults bringing your kids in, there will be a Holbrook flag in here. And you can say, that's where I grew up, that's my town. So again, welcome, and again, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Cusack, and along with Ron Mariano, I also represent you in the House of Representatives. And just very briefly, I'd like to read a citation from Majority Leader Mariano and myself. It just says, "Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to the town of Holbrook in recognition of the occasion to dedicate and incorporate the town of Holbrook's flag into the Great Hall of Flags at the Massachusetts State House. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. It's given this day, the 4th day of May, 2016, the State House, Boston, Massachusetts, and signed by the Speaker of the House, Robert A. DeLeo, State Representative Ronald Mariano, and myself, Mark Cusack." Congratulations.
One more, Johnny. Everyone's got a telephoto lens.
All right, so that actually concludes our ceremony, but I know that now what we would like to have...
Say money, but when you say money, you gotta keep your hands down. One.
It's a big day because we didn't realize, number one, we were not in the Hall of Flags, and we should be. And it was a good lesson for the kids to see how the process of getting a flag and how one resident realized that we weren't.
I have to thank Elaine Highland for her dedication in getting the delegation to accept our flag.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Marion and Tom Raposa, Holbrook residents that were visiting the State House and seeing that there wasn't a town flag.
Why not? We've always said, Holbrook, why not? Well, why not Holbrook? So we're here with everybody else in the Commonwealth, and I think it's a great day.
It puts us firmly on the map, I think, with the rest of the Commonwealth.
The students have been working very hard all year on learning about government and democracy and progress, and this is a very important event for them to see their town flag go up and to know that they were part of democracy in Holbrook.
It's exciting I'm excited for the Civics Club because they get to see kind of politics in action and what can happen when some determined people are ready to do something.
Today was cool. I mean, we got to hear everybody speak, and when we got to take the picture with the flag, we got to hold the flag, and I thought that was pretty cool.
In addition to that, right now we're heading up to the governor's office for the signing of our community compact, which was something that we had applied for through the governor's office. It's run by the lieutenant governor. To actually, identify some areas that we need to improve on, report on them, and sign essentially a pledge to make improvements in those areas.